What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at the first ever Gran Coupe for the 2 Series. This is the 2020 BMW M235i. Huge thanks to Century BMW for providing this vehicle for me today. Definitely check out their website, that will be down in the description below. This one here is finished off in Alpine White and it has an MSRP just over $48,000. Under the hood, this is powered by a 2-liter twin-power turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It's only paired to the 8-speed Steptronic automatic transmission. This engine produces just over 300 horsepower at 5,000 RPM and 332 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,700 RPM. It features the X-Drive all-wheel drive system, weighs in around 2,600 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 13.2 gallons, and you can expect to see around 23 miles per gallon in the city and 32 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 105.1 inches. Its overall length is 178.5. It has a width of 70.9 and a height of 55.9 inches. Starting up front, this comes with LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and LED turn signals. You'll notice that the DRLs have a really nice C-shaped design surrounding the headlights with the turn signal placed at the top side of the housing. Just gives it a very clean look. As we make our way to the kidney style grille, there's a really cool brush trim piece surrounding it, along with a great pattern running throughout the middle section. This also has active grille shutters located behind this that will open and close depending on speed to help improve with better airflow to the engine. As we make our way down to the lower section here, you'll see there's a lot more cutouts in the mesh and also air inlets right in the middle here, again to help provide better airflow to the engine and improve with better aerodynamics. There's cutouts to the side, more of that brush trim surrounding these air inlets as well. Then there's also parking sensors that run through the middle section of the bumper. Down below we also have more gloss black. You'll see it around the air inlets and then down in the lower section of the mesh. It just gives it a very aggressive look. And then as we make our way up to the hood, there's very clean lines that run down it. Moving to the side, this features a set of 18 by 8 inch M Sport wheels. They have a 5 double spoke design to them along with a 2-tone finish. I really like how they look against the white. Behind that you'll see the blue M Sport brake calipers, and this also has an M Sport suspension as well. It lowers the vehicle about 10 millimeters just to give it a little bit more performance. Looking at these side mirrors, you'll see more of that brushed finish as we saw on the front grille. These are power folding, feature the integrated turn signal. The lower section is finished off in gloss black. You'll see there's more gloss black finishing around the window trim along with down below on the side skirt. And then there's also very nice contours running down the lower section of the vehicle. Just gives it a very aggressive look as it carries on from the front. You'll notice that there's another line just behind the front tire. It goes all the way back to the rear door handles and splits off to the door handle right through the gas cap to the taillight. And then being the Gran Coupe version, the rear roof line slopes nicely down to the lower section of the trunk there, just making it look very nice and proportional for a 4-door vehicle. And finishing up in the rear with the trunk lip spoiler, it just gives it a very nice design. This has LED taillights. You can see there's more gloss black trim connecting both of them. It runs right through the center of the BMW logo. Just underneath that we have the standard backup camera with all the parking sensors that run through the middle section of the bumper. And then down below you can see even more gloss black trim with the dual exhaust on each side. That's going to wrap it up for the exterior walk around on the all-new M235i Gran Coupe. Definitely an awesome smaller size sedan to check out. I really like all the exterior accents with all of the gloss black. It just looks very nice. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. I have the vehicle locked with the key in my pocket. I'll just place my hand in the door handle and it will automatically unlock. Right away you can tell the door panel has very nice materials on it. We have a nice dark leather with stitching running across the armrest. It's down on the back side here. There's a very nice trim piece that runs just above that. We have the brushed aluminum on the release handle with your lock and unlock. 2 memory seating adjustments just in front of that, with all of the window controls, your side mirror adjustments, and the release for the trunk, along with a good amount of storage space in the lower section of the door. This also has a 10-speaker audio sound system. And then as we make our way inside to the door sill, you'll see the M235i badge, along with the BMW colors down on the floor mats. Once inside, we'll go ahead and take a look at these seats. They have the same darker leather as you saw on the door panels. Very nice pattern running down them. They are heated. They have a multi-way power adjustability along with power lumbar support. Very nice stitching running down the bolsters. You can also adjust the front section of the seat just by pulling it forwards or pulling it back just to give you a little bit more comfort. And then as we make our way to the steering wheel, it's completely covered in solid black leather with black stitching running on the inside. Looking at the rest of the hand controls now, off and to the right side you have volume and scrolling and tuning for the radio, along with Bluetooth and voice commands. Off and to the left side you have all of your cruise control and adaptive cruise control settings. And then just behind the steering wheel you can see the paddle shifters, finished off in black on the back side, and then the brushed aluminum on the front side, matching the rest of the steering wheel nicely. Off and to the left side of the steering wheel, you have a little cubby storage spot for anything that you want to place down there. We have all of the headlight controls along with the parking lights and a dimmer switch for the gauges. You can see one air vent. As we take a look at the center gauge cluster now, you can see the speedometer off and to the left side, along with your fuel gauge. You have your tach and engine temperature on the right side. You can also see the navigation pulled up right in the middle, which is a cool touch to see. We have one speaker up in the center of the dash, and then right in the middle is the 10.3-inch screen. Off and to the left side, you can see basically all of the different presets, so I can click on media and easily pull that up. Just by clicking on the home button, we are back to here. You can see there's some information that you can look at, like your navigation. You have your Bluetooth and radio, along with the compass, local traffic conditions, and weather, and different apps like that you can actually configure, which is nice to see. We have a shortcut to the phone that you can get to. We can pull up the navigation and see that in full screen. And then just by going down to car, you can look at your vehicle status, your settings, you have your driver profiles that you can set up. Very easy to go through all of that. And then the last one is apps that you can take a look at. You can also control the screen using all of these down below. So you can see the home button right in the center, along with map and navigation. You have your media and phone, back and option button on the back, and then the rotary dial right in the center. Just underneath that, you can see more of that trim extending all the way to the passenger side air vent. And then right in the middle, we have two air vents. We have the hazard button on the left side, and then the intelligent safety over on the right side. You have individual. If we go into configure individual, you can take a look at your front collision, your lane departure. You have your active blind spot and steering intervention. You can control these from early, medium, reduced, or turn it completely off. Just underneath that, we have a digital screen for your AC. You can see the fan speed right in the center, along with the temperature for both driver and passenger. So it's very easy to get to all of that. I really like the brushed aluminum buttons right in the center. We have some more AC buttons to the left and the right side, along with the heated seat controls for both driver and passenger. And then just underneath that, we have a power and volume button for the radio, along with a couple different presets. You have some other tuning for the radio. Moving just underneath that, we'll take a look at this first compartment. It is a wireless charger, has a really nice lip on it too, so your phone will stay nicely secured. You can also use the BMW credit card to enter and exit the vehicle. If you don't want to carry your key fob with you, you have the option to do that. Let's say you're going to the lake or beach or something like that, and you don't want to get it wet. It's a nice feature to have. You can see the gloss black extends around all of these controls, giving it a very nice look. Just behind that compartment, we have two cup holders along with a 12 volt and a USB. And then taking a look at the shifter, I'm just going to push the release button on the left side all the way up into reverse. You'll see the backup camera up here. It has great graphics to it, along with the guidelines. Off and to the right side, you'll see the parking sensors, and there's some other settings that you can go into and mess with. Coming back to the shifter, we can go all the way down into drive, pop it over into sport mode. That allows us to use the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. And then to place the vehicle into park, we're just going to push the P on the back. Off to the left side of that, we have traction control, along with the parking sensors, which you can turn on and off. Along with the cylinder deactivation button just behind that, we have the engine start stop button right in the center, finished off in brushed aluminum. And then we have a couple different driving modes. We have Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. There's an auto hold assist right behind that, and then the electronic parking brake. Moving behind that, we have the leather wrapped armrest, and then a good amount of storage space in the center. You'll see a USB port in the front side, so you definitely have plenty of room. And then as we take a look at the glove box, you have a lot of space for everything that needs to go there. We'll go ahead and take one last look at these seats. Very nice design to them. Once in the back seats now, let's start off with the door panel. It has the same attention to detail as up front. Very nice leather, runs along the armrest, gives you a really comfortable spot to place your arm, of course. And then right in the center, we also have a pull-down armrest just to be a little bit more comfortable. This also houses two cup holders, so you have two cup holders right in the center. And you can also fold this entire middle seat down. So the back seats have a 40-20-40 split to them. You can place any items through that you'd like to, which is nice. Gives you a little bit more versatility. Behind both front seats, we have some netting for extra storage space, along with two air vents in the center and two USBs. And then moving on to the overall room that I have in the back here, I have the front seat set at my height, which is 5'10". I have a couple inches in front of my knees and then about an inch or so above my head. So while the roofline goes down pretty good in the back here, it still allows for ample amount of headroom. In order to fold both of these side seats down, you do have to pull a tab, which is located in the trunk. Once you do that, you can easily fold these seats completely flat, and it gives you a lot more space into the back trunk space. Last up, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the rear trunk space. I'm just gonna use the electronic button up underneath. This reveals to you about 12 cubic feet of storage space, and then with the back seats folded down, you have plenty more room for anything that needs to go back here. Also down up underneath the floor, you can pull this up and you have a lot more hidden space for anything that you wanna place there. So it definitely gives you plenty of room. There's a 12 volt off and to the right side, along with a net for extra storage space. There's also a hanger here, and then these here are the releases to fold down the back seats, so you can do it from here and easily push them down to put anything through that you need. All right, so getting the M235i moving now. I'm not gonna be getting it out on the road today, just in the parking lot here, but I can at least get a feel for what it's like to drive as far as visibility and some other points like that. So I'm gonna start off with visibility. It's actually very easy to see all around. The glass is very open on the inside, and the pillars in the back are very small. So even looking over my right shoulder, I can easily see around that pillar. Same with the left side, actually. I can see that third glass on the back side there. So I have no issues with visibility for a smaller size vehicle like this. It's very easy to see in all directions. Let's move on to all of the materials now on the inside. I really like the layout of everything. The screen is very easy to see. I do like that it's kind of angled slightly backwards, but there's no issues with the glare. It's a very hot and sunny day out today, and I can easily see that screen crystal clearly. There's no issues with that. And then down underneath that, the layout of everything is very nice with the AC controls right in the center there, and then you have some other presets down below. So the layout is very nice. There's not a whole lot of buttons, which makes it very easy to use. Everything is user-friendly, and it doesn't clutter up everything, which is very nice. As far as the comfort goes, even though I am just in the parking lot here, these seats are very comfortable. I like how you can easily adjust them. And then this front piece here makes it a little bit more comfortable. I've had the car in comfort mode right now. I'm not really going to be able to do a true road test to compare the differences between comfort and sport, but from driving previous BMWs, just doing that same thing there is a pretty good difference. Obviously, comfort mode is going to give you a nice, comfortable, smooth ride. Sport mode is going to make it a little bit more aggressive. You're gonna have a little bit more throttle response as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll give it a little bit of gas here in just a second. Backup camera does a really good job. I also noticed too that the passenger side mirror angles downwards. It doesn't do it on the driver's side, but it's nice to see that so you don't have to kind of reach up and see, you know, what's behind you there. But in sport mode here, just giving it a little bit of gas, it gets up for a slow acceleration with what I have to work with today. But you can hear that exhaust just a little bit. It is nice and comfortable on the inside though. Again, from driving other BMWs, they're not very loud on the inside. It provides you with a smooth and comfortable ride, which is what BMWs have. It's very nice that you can just drive this every single day, and it'll be a nice cruiser vehicle. At the same time, you still have that BMW performance that you can easily put it into sport mode, or you could even do the Eco Pro mode if you just want to save on your MPG and you're just out on the highway and cruising like that. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of gas in the normal comfort mode. It definitely gets up and moves between sport mode and comfort mode. So with the driving aspects that I can do today, it's definitely a fun vehicle so far. I'm sure it drives very well out on the roads. You could take this out on some back mountain roads and really have some fun with it. With it being very compact, it's lightweight, you could maneuver this car around easily and have a ball in it. It also has a good amount of storage space for a smaller size sedan like this. Being able to fold the back seats down definitely makes it much easier to put through larger items if you'd like. It doesn't feel like a very large vehicle. As I said earlier, it is quite small, and in tighter parking lot situations like this, it's very easy to maneuver. You can easily see the back of the vehicle here and know exactly where the car is. So if you're not looking for a large sedan, this is definitely very nice. You could easily take this in the city and not have any issues parking it. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for today's video, getting to check out the all-new 2020 BMW M235i Gran Coupe. Once again, huge shout out to Century BMW for providing this for me today. Definitely check out their website. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.